Hey, so I absolutely love coaching teams, and one of the things I love coaching teams on is the 6 keys to a winning team. So you're going to listen to some music, and I'm going to tell you about it after. So, 6 keys to a winning team, what are they? Well, you're going to want to write these down as I'm going. So the first key, one of the fundamentals, is strong leadership. And everybody kind of speaks to me and says, well, that's me, that's the business owner. And whilst it is, actually strong leadership comes from all levels. So all your junior team leaders, or your junior members of staff, they need to have strong leadership in whatever area that they have. Now, it comes from you, absolutely. The culture has to be set by you, the business owner, but actually at all different levels, there needs to be strong leadership. So don't just think because you're in a team or because you have junior members of staff, they're not leaders. They are leaders in their own particular areas. So make sure you bring that out. One of the things I learned recently was don't coach the problem, coach the team. It's far too easy as a strong leader, as a business owner, to dive into whatever problem your teams are having and make a decision, or listen to all viewpoints, then make a decision. But there comes a point where a decision needs to be made, absolutely. But don't coach a problem, coach your team. So the second thing you need to have in place is a common goal. Now, what is everybody working towards? And why this is important is because it makes it really easy for people to make decisions on the spot. So if they know what the goal is, if they know where everybody is going, then they can make sure that whatever decision they make, it contributes towards that goal. A common goal also makes sure that everybody is pulling in the right direction. So that there's, if you've got different departments within your organization, then everybody is heading towards the same goal, not one department going this way, another department going that way, and making sure that everybody has the right structure in place to achieve that goal. So the second thing to have in place is a common goal. Really, really important. Third thing, rules of the game. This is quite unpleasant, especially if you're an introverted character or you don't like confrontation. I get it. I absolutely understand it. But rules of the game is really important to have from the outset. And it doesn't have to be all, don't do this, don't do that, we don't do this, yeah, you have to dress like that. I'm not saying that's what it is. But what I am saying is this is what we tolerate, this is the behavior that we expect, and this is what we don't tolerate, and this is the behavior that we don't expect. So make it positive as well as negative. I look at this as a loose, tight, loose culture. So if you think of a football field, all the players on the football field, they can go wherever they want on the field, but they can't go outside the boundary. And think of that in your organization as well. When you're setting boundaries for your team, make sure you can do what you want within these set boundaries, within the boundaries of the common goal, and making sure that you're a strong leader. So the third thing to have in place, rules of the game. So the next thing, number 4, is an action plan. So you've got the common goal, you've got the rules of the game, now how are you going to get there? And this is about each team or each department within your business or your organization having an action plan that contributes towards that common goal. So what is it? If the goal is 5 years away, what does that mean for years 1, 2, 3, 4? And how are they going to implement that? What's the steps they're going to take to achieve that goal? Having an action plan keeps people focused and make sure that people are focused on that goal. I always say to people, if things aren't working out, it's not the goal that needs to change, it's the plan. So action plans can change, they can be tweaked, keeping into mind the common goal. So number 4, an action plan. So number 5 on our 6 keys to a winning team is for you as the business owner to support risk taking. That doesn't mean that you are reckless or your team understand they can be reckless. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if there is a calculated risk that a team member can take and they do take that course of action, that you back them when that happens. It doesn't mean that people can just do whatever they want. Of course, that there's processes and checks and procedures in place to make sure that they don't. But what it does mean is that they have the ability to think outside the box. That a salesman can give a certain discount or see a good deal in the future. So be able to say no at this point, but yes later. So supporting risk taking is really important, number 5. The last key, so number 6, is 100% involvement or inclusion. So I think this is really important within teams. If there isn't 100% involvement, that means that somebody isn't quite doing enough, but it also means that others are having to take up that slack. So if somebody isn't 100% involved or included in whatever task that they're doing, might be worth finding out why that is. So are they not working well in that particular team, or is there a louder member of the team that's taken over, or are their ideas simply not getting heard, or do they have something personal going on that you might need to check in with? So 100% involvement means everybody doing exactly what they can along the action plan towards the common goal to make sure that that happens. If you don't have 100% involvement, you tend to get resentment setting in, you tend to get people slacking, and you'll be able to understand or identify exactly who that is really, really easily. So the 6th key, 100% involvement. So if you haven't got those down, quick recap, 6 keys to a winning team. Number 1, strong leadership. Number 2, a common goal. Number 3, rules of the game. Number 4, an action plan. Number 5, supporting risk-taking. And number 6, making sure that everybody is involved, so 100% inclusion from everyone. I love talking about teams, so drop a comment below, subscribe to my channel. It would be great to hear your thoughts on this, and we'll catch up soon.